The Crown Platinum is supposed to combine power and efficiency. We'll see how well it does that. I'll include a link to the Toyota Murray's website in the description down below. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Powering this is a hybrid turbo 2.4 liter 4-cylinder that goes through a 6-speed. Fuel economy is 29 around town, 32 on the highway, with power outputs being 340 horsepower combined. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. Now I feel like this is the classic color for the Platinum, this bright red. Sharp looking daytime running light, and you can see you even have some illumination there in the front grille area. And then the contrast between the red and the black is quite crazy looking. Tire and wheel setup is 225 by 45 by 21. You've got silver mixed in with the blacked out trim. Unpainted fender flares with this. You can see the rest of the bodywork except that little black piece. Now taking a look at the side profile, you can see this is a lifted sedan, and that's kind of the overall style when you look at how the windows are formed and all of that. When it comes to key fob features, we've got our lock and unlock function, opening for the trunk and the Crown logo there on the back of the key fob. Got those tabs to fold down the seats for more storage. The Crown is actually a pretty large car, and so you have a pretty large trunk. If you want more vertical space, you can see the Signia there. That's the way to go. That's actually pretty cool. Got a little button to lower it down. Light bar here in the rear. You can see the chrome badging mixed in too. We also have parking sensors out back, and that'll cap things off for the exterior of this car. Keyless entry, that's nice, but let's pop inside. Nice soft touch trim all over the door panel. It's very soft down below, kind of Lexus-like. Heated seats for the back passengers, and speaking of these seats, they look pretty much like they're straight out of a Lexus. Legroom in the back here is actually pretty good. Got a little storage pocket. Vents in the rear, also have some USB ports. Not an insane amount of headroom, but headroom back here is pretty good. Keyless entry for up front, and let's pop it. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. We also have our memory seat functionality, and you can see nice soft touch trim over the door panel. And the mirrors also power fold in, very important. Front seat also has the nice trim perforated all down the center. Power adjustments on the side with lumbar support. No lumbar for the passenger, but seat still power adjustable. Start her up. Soft touch trim all around the steering wheel. Practical controls for your adaptive cruise control. This does have lane centering, little paddles there on the back for the 6-speed. And then on the left-hand side, you've got other practical controls for the phone, volume as well. Full digital gauge cluster here in the center, and it'll actually give you an animation of the different drive modes. Pretty cool. Like how you have a comfort. That's nice. Anyways, I don't think it changes the gauge cluster itself. I mean, we'll double check with the sport mode here. See, the animation takes kind of some time to go through. Yeah, you can change the gauge yourself, but the actual drive mode doesn't change the gauge. 360 camera system with this, good resolution with the camera. Now as for the rest of the screen, you've got a little shortcut bar there on the side. It's quick to respond, physical volume control at the bottom too. Now below that, we've got analog controls for the heated cooled seats, dual zone climate, also heated steering wheels in the center of that control stack. And right next to that control stack, you've got a pretty nice design on the dash. Nice trim as well, it's soft touch. This is also equipped with a phone charging pad. You can see it's got parking assist and the shortcut for the 360 camera. A couple USB ports, we've got some cup holders, shifter there for the 6-speed. And then we've got shortcut buttons for like the drive mode, select, stability control, parking brake, auto hold. This has the trick center console that goes up either way. Kind of a cool feature. This is also equipped with a big glass roof. Here's a quick look at our window sticker for this 2026 Platinum, $57,338. Let's see how this performs. Platinum. Also, while I was filming, as you can see, homie got pulled over. I don't know what he was doing, but homie got pulled over. Looks like a boomer too, or Gen X, old Gen X. Hard to tell these days. Some people look older, some people look younger. But let's see how the Crown drives and try not to get pulled over ourselves, right? Knock on wood. I don't think there's any wood in here to knock on. But anyways, this is a nice car. Again, I've said this and I'll keep saying it every time I review one of these. You're getting a Lexus at a Toyota price point. In terms of, you look at the interior, you have the features, the ride quality, I mean, this is thick glass. It's pretty thick. It's well insulated. It's also a quiet experience. really nice. Again, being able to get all this luxury at a non-luxury price point is a huge plus, if you ask me. Yeah, the seats are comfortable. Materials feel nice. Everything feels premium. I mean, this is a little bit of wiggle, but you know, for the most part, everything feels pretty darn premium in here. And the power, look at this. It's quick. Like, it genuinely has great get up and go. You've got tons of low end torque from the electric side of things. Look at this. Now, obviously being a 4-cylinder, it's not going to be crazy at the top end. It does taper off a bit at the top end, but overall, it gets the job done. It's actually very solid with the acceleration. Again, this powertrain, although I'm not too fond of it in the trucks, in something like this that's smaller, lower to the ground, this powertrain performs quite well and gets pretty good fuel economy too. I do still wonder why they do the 6-speed instead of the 8-speed in the cars, but there's got to be some reason. Who knows though? Who knows? Yeah, it's really smooth. That's the thing with this powertrain. The power's, like I said, for this car, it's good. That's not the most impressive part. The most impressive part is the smoothness that you get with this. How you can just kind of lightly get into it, and it just always seems to have good power. Yeah, the overall modulation's great with this. Makes it so quiet. This is a nice car. Like, the least you can do is look at one of these before you buy a Lexus. At least go and look at one of these, sit in it, drive it, and many of you will find that you like this just as much as the Lexus, or potentially even more, because it saves you a bit of money. You get a little bit more car for the money. I think that's always a nice thing to do. Yeah, the power this thing has is just great. I really do enjoy it. So, let me know your thoughts on the Crown Platinum, the loaded up Crown, but I think this is a really cool setup in terms of the performance and just everything that it has going on.